Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahlan wa sahlan. Welcome to this video, guys. My name is Yaqut Zaman. We are going through Sarf. Now, if you guys are not familiar with my channel, check out my channel, guys. I make loads of videos, all sorts of things. Some things you might like, some things you might not like. Well, anyway, whatever it is, subscribe, hit the like button, share it with your friends, family, and all your contacts. And let's carry on with this then. So this is the series of Sarf. I am trying to break down Sarf as easy and as peasy as possible. Right, so this is why I'm trying to make all of this, make sense to you guys. Now, initially, remember I started off with those small alphabet. Let me know if you guys think that would be beneficial to you guys. If you guys would, it make more sense if I make it more animated and I'm, using these small little pieces. You know what I'm talking about? These basically, it's these ones, yeah. But then we're in a plastic wallet. So these ones. I'm thinking, should I use them? Should I not use them? I'm not really kind of seeing there to be much of a benefit, because once students kind of overcome the initial first stages of Sarf, they kind of like just suffice with writing. I think writing might suffice, but let me know in the comments if you guys think I should use more of that. It would help you, and if it does, then I'll try to adopt them, inshallah. Right, so let's have a look at this then. So here we are discussing, what are we talking about here? We are talking about Sarf, and more specifically we are talking about Ajwaf, right? So remember we talked about Ajwaf, and we mentioned there are 4 rules that we've learned so far regarding Ajwafs. 2 sakins come together, you got to get rid of the first one. Change to an alif if you have a waw or a ya, and there is a fatha before it, you got to change it to an alif. If there's a waw or a ya and it has a sukun before it, you got to switch it with the vowel over with the previous letter. And if the waw with sukun and kasra before it, you got to change into a ya. This is the one that we actually, learnt last week, right? And that was, if I have this with me, this is this one, right? So, aqama yuqimu, right? So, akrama yukrimu. So, we done this one. And as you can see, you got like aqama, and then we said, atara. And there was a mudari one as well. Let me just try to pull out this mudari one for you guys. Alright, here it is. This is the one, yukrimu, and then yuqwimu, yuqimu. So this was where we had the kasr rule, right? So yuqwimu, and that's basically how you set it up. So today, inshallah, what I want to do is I want to look at other ones now, right? So I want to try and focus on taf'il. Remember I said taf'il pattern, tafa'ul pattern, tafa'ul and fa'ala, there are no rules in there. I don't want to make a whole list of these, because ifti'al, infi'al, istif'al are the ones that are really interesting. Those are the ones that have ta'lilat. Ta'lil simply means a change, right? So this is a new word for you guys, and actually write this down for you just so that you don't forget, right? So ta'lil, okay, ta'lil. Alright, so you got the ta'lil. Ta'lil simply means changes, yeah, changes or rules, whatever you want to say. Alright, so, okay. Now, let's go and do this one then. So I think we should do taf'il, tafa'ul, fa'ala. So we knock all that out, get all that done, so we can move on, inshallah. So first of all, let's have a go at those. So again, what we're going to do over here is we're going to do the usual, which is to list, right? Make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And you can forward it this part. If you want to forward it, get to the main juicy bits, then, tafaddal, ya ikhwan wa ya akhawat. Right, so first of all, let's do taf'il. So remember, in taf'il, what's going to happen? You are going to have this kind of like extra letter. So let's say, for example, let's use allama, right? So you got this ayn, and then you got lam, and then you got another lam, and then you got a mim. Allama. Now, when you write this, you are going to actually write it like this. You're going to write it as علمه علمه علمه. So I'll write it like this now, right? So علمه, and then let me just write this out. علمه, right? Just to make it all easy and consistent all the way through, flowing nicely. علمه 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 علمه. Has anyone memorized? If you've memorized the Sarf, put it in the comments. Motivate other people. Show them, yes, whether I'm a man, whether I'm a woman, I can memorize all of these, what we call, in Persian it's called gardan. In Arabic, I don't know what they call it in Arabic, you know. What do they call gardan in Arabic? Does anyone know? If you know, you know what to do. Just slap in the comments, guys. So, allama. And then this one is allamu. Okay, allamu. And then allamat. Right, this is a nice red one. Allamat. I need to get some new pens because the nibs are getting a bit thick now. What do you guys think? Do you guys think the writing is a bit too thick? Do I need to get some more pens, or can I actually do anything to save myself from getting pens? Allamata. And the next one is allamna. Allamna. I'll just quickly skip through these. Allamu. And then allamna. Okay. Trying to use that. And then this one is allamtuma. Allamtuma. Sorry. And then this one's allamta. And this one's allamti. This one's allamtu and allamna. Okay. So this is basically for allama, 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 allamu, allamat, allamata, allamna, allamta, allamtuma, allamtum, allamti. Okay, I made a mistake there, didn't I? Inna lillah. Right, let me change this. Let's see if I can adjust this. Allamtum. Yeah. Does that work? Alright. Allamtum. Right, allamti, allamtuma, allamtunna. Inna lillah. Guys, today what's happening? Allamtunna. Allamtu, allamna. Alright, so this is basically what we have over here. Now, if we want to apply this to the Sarf of Ajwaf, how are we going to do this? So let's come out with some gardans then, right? So let's see what kind of gardans we can come out with. So let's come out, for example, like hawwala yuhawwilu. So we're going to have one for wow and one for ya. Yeah, yeah, and wow. So okay. Ajwaf for wow, we're going to have hawwala. Hawwala yuhawwilu. Hawwala yuhawwilu. Okay, so how is this going to work? So, okay, so hawwala. And over here, you can have a ha, then a wow, and then a lam. Hawwala. It's supposed to be a ha, okay. Let's make it like that. Hawwala. Right? Now this is going to be exactly the same, no change at all. We're going to have hawwala, hawwala, hawwalu, hawwalat, hawwalata, hawwalna, hawwalta, hawwaltuma, hawwalti. No change at all. And the ya one is going to be exactly the same again. What are we going to have for the ya one? Let's use zayyana. Zayyana. So zayyana. زينا زينا زينوا زينت زينتا زينا زينت زينتما زينتي زينتما زينتنا زينتو زينا. So does that make sense? It's going to be exactly the same as this. No change at all. And the present verb is going to be exactly the same as well. So if we were to make one for the present verbs, see, I don't want to spend too much time in trying to focus on these because these aren't real the main sort of maqsad, the purpose of this. But just to kind of like, at least we've covered all of our bases. Let's just have an example here. So for instance, like I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, a bit of a disjointed lines. All right, so So here you're going to have, right, so let's just put يعلم, yeah? So we're going to put an ayn, a meme, ayn lam meme, all the way down. Now try your Arabic writing. Sometimes what happens is students, they don't practice the Arabic writing, and then they might learn all the rules and everything, but it's just kind of like something which kind of it's a deficiency if students can't write Arabic. So make sure you practice your Arabic and don't be shy. Just practice. Supposed to be a meme there. All right. So remember, this one is going to be with a you. يعلم, يعلمان, يعلمون. Last time, remember, I made a mistake. Can't make that mistake again, man. Cannot make that mistake again. تعلم, almost made that mistake there. يعلمنا, تعلم, تعلم. Rest all. تعلم, تعلم, and this is أعلم, نعلم. Right? And then you have the plurals. So يعلمون, and then 1, 2, 3, na, and then 1, 2, 3, una, 1, 2, 3, تعلم, na, تعلم, and then you got the duals. So this is again exactly the same way. All right, exactly the same way. تعلماني, and then we just got one over here. تعلمين, تعلمين, تعلمين. All right, so again over here, when you're going to be making the present verbs, it's going to be exactly the same, no difference from this. So wow, and you got ya. So let's, for example, so you want to say يحول, yeah? So you're going to have no difference. يحول, يحولان, يحولون, تحول, تحولان, يحولن, تحول, تحولان, and all the way down. Exactly the same, no difference at all. And the other one, if you want to do زينا, so you just have to do زين, يزين, يزينان, يزين. Actually, they're not supposed to be a fatha there, it's supposed to be a kasra there. Yeah, يزين, يزينان, يحول. Yeah, like this. يعلم, يعلم. يحول, يحولان, يحولون, تحول, تحولان, يحولن, like that. يزين, يزينان, يزينون. So, like I said, no difference at all when it comes to these. And like I said, if you look at the other ones that I told you, they're exactly the same. Now, I'm thinking to myself, shall I actually draw this? Because there's no real need for it. But the mazid, I don't think I have actually drawn this in detail, which might be a good idea for me just to quickly draw this, so this lesson can just be dedicated to this type of ta'lilat, right? So okay, so I mean, yeah, I can actually do that, can't I? Right, so shall I do that one? Shall I not do that one? Because I want to do ifti'al. Ifti'al is quite interesting. All right, what I can do is, okay, let's just check this out then. What I can do is, I'll leave this to you guys. You guys try to figure out these ones. If you guys are having trouble with these, then I can actually draw it all out, right? Otherwise, I think I'll leave that as it is, because I don't want to overwhelm you with too much of these, because this is no different, right? So the tafa'ul is just going to simply be, so what we just basically just did now, right? So allama, so it's going to be tafa'ala, yeah, tafa'ala, tafa'alu, tafa'alat, tafa'alata, tafa'alna, tafa'alta, tafa'altuma, tafa'altum, tafa'alti, tafa'altuma, tafa'altunna, tafa'altu, tafa'alna. And then we're going to use the present, the sarf. We're going to tahawwala, 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 tahawwalu, all the way there. And then for that one, we're going to use tahayyara, 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 tahayyaru. And there's no change at all in the rule. So it's going to be exactly the same as that carbon copy. And the present form is going to be exactly the same as well. No change in that one. But these ifti'al, infi'al, there are changes, and those changes are simply going to be one of these changes. It's going to be one of these changes, right? Or maybe even more than one of these changes. All right, so I think you guys have got the idea of this. Now, when you guys leave me comments in the comments, what tends to happen is I read the comments and then I know exactly how well I'm doing in the lessons, in being able to explain it to you guys. That's why I need you guys to be able to keep me in check with your comments. So if you're finding it struggling, if you're saying to me, Sheikh, we're finding this difficult to understand, or we're not really understanding your method, or it's still kind of unclear to me, and I love that kind of stuff, because then I know, okay, I'm making an error here. Now let's have a look in the Quran. Let me get Quran. Right, so let's check out in the Quran then. Let's have a look now. So now we're going to try to, so now look at this now. Nazzala, nazzala yunazzilu. Now this is not Ajwaf, but this is from the list, right? Nazzala, right? Nazzala taf'il. Right, so nazzala, nazzala, nazzalu, nazzalat, nazzalata, nazzalna. So you can do the whole gardan of that. But nazzala, it literally is he won. Nazzala al-kitab, he sent down the book. Yeah, so he meaning one, third person, masculine. Okay. Now yatawalla, this is from this pattern over here. Yeah, tafa'ul, pattern number 5. Yeah, tafa'ul. So, but it has a ya at the end and it has a waw at the beginning. So this is a different type of verb. We're going to do this much later on, not now. Okay. لا يستطيعون نصرهم. يستطيعون استطاع يستطيع. This is one that we will be covering. Istif'al. Right, so this is one that we will be covering. And notice in the middle there, they got a ya there. Right, so this ya is actually a waw, and the rule was, remember, if you have a waw with a sukoon and there's a kasra before it, then you change it into a ya. So لا يستطيعون, لا يستطيعون. I can't even pronounce it. But as you know, there's a change, and that change took place over here. Right, so yansuruna, you guys should know that one now. Yeah, so yansuruna is what we call the mujarrad. This is on the 3rd. So nasara yansuru. Okay, you got that over there. Tad'u. Now this has got the waw at the end. So we're going to do that at the end. That's called a naqis. Tarahum yanzuruna. Yanzuruna is like yansuruna, the same. Yubsiruna is actually from if'al. Yeah, yubsiruna is from if'al. Okay. Alright, what else is there over here? Ittaqaw. Okay, so that's one that's going to come later. Tadhakkaru. Right, so tadhakkaru is tafa'ul. But it's not Ajwaf. It's not Ajwaf. Ijtabaytaha. Now this is naqis. This is where the waw, the ya at the end. Okay, so tubi'a, basairu. Right, so a lot of these are ones that we have not covered. Wajilat. So this is where the waw is at the beginning of the verb. Wajilat. Alright, so all you do is go through the Quran and identify it, like get a highlighter, maybe print out yourself some Quran pages and highlight, say, okay, this is a verb, kuntum is a verb. How did it become kuntum? What was it before? And you say, okay, this was kana. Originally it was kawana. And then you start to figure these out. So I think let's have a go. Let me just get a piece of paper. Let's just select some verbs and then let's see how we can deal with these, alright? You think that's a good idea? I think that's a great idea. Right, so let me just put this over here so that we can see this simultaneously. With this, I just hope the writing is going to come out not blurred, because when the writing comes out blurred, then not very nice. Right, so let's select some verbs over here, yeah? Okay, yas'alunaka, this is the first one, okay? So, yas'aluna. Now this is the ka, is the dhamir. So yes. Yas'aluna. Now, so we kind of need to figure out where is this from? So we say, oh right, this is from sa'ala yas'alu. Right, so now if we were to look in the dictionary, we can easily find this. Yeah, so which I'm not going to do, but you guys can have a go at that. Alright, next one. Qul. Now qul is an amr, is a command. Okay, we have not done commands yet, and commands will come. So qul is actually a command. It actually comes from قال يقول, or it actually comes from the word تقول, which means you are saying. And then this actually comes from قال يقول. And يقول, if I say to you, what was يقول originally? You're going to say to me, يقول originally was يقول. يقول. And then I say to you, but then how did this change take place? So then you can kind of like explain with the rules that we've done so far, how this sort of like from يقول becomes يقول becomes يقول, and then what we're going to learn later on in the course, inshallah, is about the qul. Now, فاتقوا الله. This is originally اتقوا. اتقوا. Now, where does this come? This is a command as well. So we haven't done this yet. So this actually comes from ifti'al pattern, right? So ifti'al is pattern number 8, ifti'al. And originally, it actually comes from the root letters of waw, qaf, waqa, waw, qaf, and ya. And if you put it in the ifti'al pattern, it becomes iw, qa, iw, qa, ya. Yeah, iw. And this is a strange one, isn't it? Iw, qa, ya. Iw, qa, ya. Iw, qa, ya, you. Iw, is that right? Iw, no, iw, taqa, ya. Add ta there. Iw, taqa, ya. Yaw, taqiyu. Iw, taqa, ya. Yaw, taqiyu. Yotaqiyu. This is originally what it was, but because of changes that will take place, which we're going to learn when we study what we call the wow, which is called mithal. We're going to study more about this. Okay, aslihu. So aslihu, this is something that we've done. Aslihu, but we haven't done the command. It's a command, but we know where it comes from. It actually comes from the word sulh, right, which means to make amends, peace, and it's in the pattern of if'al. So aslaha yuslihu, aslaha yuslihu, right? So that's where it comes from, and in here it's the pattern number 4, right? Now at the moment we haven't come across any sort of like ones that we're interested in. Ati'u, okay. So ati'u again. Ati'u. Now this is a command. We haven't done the commands, right? So that's why I'm putting a question mark next to them, because we haven't really kind of covered them. This actually comes from the word taw. Yeah, so it means like to kind of bend and become obedient. And it comes from the if'al pattern as well. So originally it would have been atwa'a. Atwa'a. Yutwi'u. Yeah, atwa'a yutwi'u. And then we know, right, look, check this out. You got this wow, and you got a sukoon before it. So what should happen? You say, okay, what's going to happen over here? It's going to become ata'a. It's going to be replaced with an alif. And then you say, okay, yutwi'u, what's going to happen over here? Well, you're going to say the vowels are going to be changed, them two. Yeah. And so if you change them vowels, what's going to happen? Yutwi'u. Then yuti'u. I can't even say it, guys. If you can say it, put in the comments that I've said it. Say it 100 times. Yuti'u. Alright, so then this actually to another rule over here, which is that it's going to become a ya. So it becomes yuti, the one that we did last week. Yuti. Ata'a yuti. So see what happens over here. And if you remember the rules that we covered, like I said, if you want, as long as you know the rules, you can, convert, or you can change and transfer anything that you like. So over here, yutwi'u, right? Yutwi'u. What's happened over here? You've got sukoon before it, so 2 sakeen change to alif. Wow, sukoon before it, kasra. Okay, so switch vowel with previous letter. This is the one. If it has sukoon, switch vowel previous letter. You've done that. So this is rule number 3. And then this one is the vowel with the sukoon and a kasra before it, change it to ya. Rule number 4. There you have it. Voila, done. Okay, so I think we'll stop there. Okay, let's do one more. Let's do, come on, because the video's already gone past 25 minutes. So, all right. So kuntum, So what's kuntum originally? We know what this is. This was actually from kawana. But it was supposed to be kawantum. Right? So how does kawantum become kuntum? So we said, okay. So the first rule that we know is whenever we have a waw and before it is a fatha, what happens? Change it to alif. So kantum. Sounds strange. Kantum. And then kantum changes into, so that's one rule. And kantum then changes, because you've got 2 seconds here, you got to get rid of one. And when you get rid of this one, what are you going to do? You're going to change this into a dhamma. Yeah? So it's going to become kuntum. There you have it. Now you just got to learn these rules as much as possible and become an expert, inshallah ta'ala. Right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys, inshallah, are benefiting from these videos. I really appreciate your feedback, guys. Honestly, I really appreciate your feedback. You kind of boost my morale and my motivation to make more videos like this. And also, it kind of makes me think how I need to adjust these videos in order for them to suit you guys. So, thank you very much to my patrons. All you guys are wonderful. May Allah bless all of you guys. You guys just know who you guys are. And any of you guys want to become patrons as well, or you want to donate to this channel, in the link below, in the description below, there is details there, and inshallah you can help my channel in whatever way, and I really appreciate any help that you guys give. Thank you very much, guys, for watching this, and I will see you guys next time, inshallah. Next time, by the way, what we're going to be covering next time, inshallah, I'm going to be doing, if you guys tell me this is easy, we don't need to go through this and make these lists, that's fine. We'll do ifti'al, infi'al, and try to istif'al. Try to knock it all out next week, hopefully. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakumullah khair, guys, for all of your support. Without your support, I wouldn't have been able to produce the videos that I've put up on my YouTube channel. And there is so much more that I really want to do. And without the support of you guys who are patrons, generously supporting this channel, I've been able to get myself a camera, which, as you guys can see, the quality of this camera, mic system, software. I've been able to hire an editor. So what do I want to do? I want to make lots and lots and lots of more videos for beginners, for intermediate, advanced, in the subjects like Arabic and fiqh and hadith and tafsir and aqidah and all those other things as well. And for this to happen, again, this channel needs support. So if you guys want to become patrons and support this channel, then check out the link below. Also, if you do become patrons, you'll have access to videos that I don't put up on my normal YouTube channel. So check that out, inshallah. And there's most other perks as well that you guys can benefit from. And if you want to access this channel through social media, we've got Twitter, we've got Instagram, Facebook page, and other things as well that you can visit. So Jazakumullah khair again, guys. Thank you very much for your support. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakumullah khair for watching this video. I hope to see all of you guys. If you guys are interested, please leave us feedback, get in contact with us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.